What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode or a sub episode of Couple of Subs. We're in between season 3 and 4 right now, and we kind of just got bored and we wanted to pick these mics back up and talk to everybody again. So welcome back. As always, I'm your host, Cody Crane, and with me as always, my lovely co-host, Kristen Crane, aka Kiki.
What's up, guys? So we didn't exactly get bored. I mean, we did after every podcast, we always ask y'all, hey, be sure to reach out. We'd love to hear from you, hear what you want to talk about or want us to talk about and interview other people. And one of the topics was relationships. So we thought that it would be a really good idea for us, being a married couple in the industry, to definitely talk about our relationship and then the relationship that we have with others in our industry. And so we're going to be doing a 3-part mini series while we're getting ready for the release of season 4. So that's what this is all about. And welcome to the show.
So I guess talking about relationships, I really had to start off talking about ours, I guess.
All
But
right.
anybody that's listened to the show, it's been brought up in episodes before, how we met and things like that. If you haven't listened to the show yet, we'll run through that real quick. Chris and I both grew up in our family's construction businesses, and I guess we met a couple of years ago at a Associated Builders and Contractors, or was it an ASA? It was one of those.
No, it was ABC. Yeah.
Okay, Associated Builders and Contractors, Young Professionals meeting, and she was the only one that wanted to go to the bar afterwards. So
You don't have to tell it all. Right?
okay. So anyways, we were friends or whatever, and I kind of really played like I didn't like her, like kind of friend
very,
zone.
very hard to get. I had no idea he liked me at all.
It's because I got game by the pound. But anyways, shortly after, we're dating, moving together, and her job and my job kind of collided in a good way, to where we got to travel a lot together, going to these different job sites, checking on our crews and, progress. And as we were riding along there, that's whenever we decided we wanted to do a podcast. We got to searching for a construction related podcast and couldn't find one. So we figured we would jump on the opportunity. We saw a need.
We're kind of entertaining. I mean, I feel like we could do this somewhat, right? We could do this.
Somewhat.
It was just something that we talked about for 3 months, 4 months, something like that. And then we started really talking about it, and it's like, all right, quit talking about it, be about it.
That's
so
right.
That's when we just decided to dive on in.
And she's always been that quit talking about it, be about it mentality, which is what I love. And actually, I guess before we actually started dating, it's one topic I wanted to hit on for sure. So I guess you'd come down for some kind of award banquet or something.
Yeah, it's
At Beau Rivage. And this whole time, I've been playing hard to get. And she asked me if I wanted to come have a drink with her at the Beau for this deal. And I was like so excited on the inside. I was like, yeah, I'll be there. Come hang out for a little bit, about an hour early, and gets time for the event. And we're kind of walking across the casino floor, headed to the ballroom or whatever. And she's like, oh, I forgot to tell you, it wasn't a +1 thing. I just wanted to have drinks before I went in there. You don't get to come.
It was like a ticketed event, and I was given a ticket, and there was only one. So he misread that, I reckon.
Well, I kept myself busy until she came back out. But before she went in there, we were talking about, and I was being honest, but it's kind of pumping her up too a little bit. But I was being super honest that, every time I've been around her, I just see her. She can walk into a room. She knows everybody's name. It's like they grew up together like childhood friends. And I know that's not so. And I walk into those rooms and I'm like, hey, man, hey, buddy, and so I know after the event, I'd been thinking about it. And after the event, she and I went out and sat at the water fountain out front of there. And I think we're waiting on a cab or something to go to the next place. But I've been thinking about that, how she just seems like she knows everybody. And I told her, I was like, every time I go and I meet these people and we talk, we bullshit, we have fun, we have a lot of fun. Everybody, enjoys themselves, and it seems to work. But like, I don't have like a lasting relationship with these people the way that I see you do. And she looked at me. What'd you say?
Don't let the bullshit be bullshit.
That's right. I'd asked her, I was like, I go and I talk to these people and we bullshit and have fun. And her answer was, well, do that, but don't let the bullshitting be bullshit. Soak it in.
Be genuine.
Yeah, soak it in, remember, and, however you have to do it, just make it worth it. Don't just bullshit to be bullshit, and bullshit and make it mean something. And that was probably some of the most solid advice I'd had on building relationships.
Well, it's just true. I mean, anybody can go in and just pose as somebody else and be fake, and there's so much of that, and there's not enough room. That needs to go away.
Oh yeah, people see straight through it.
Right.
Like, you ain't fooling nobody, and which that's not what I was doing.
Yeah.
It was just I was going so much, meeting so many people so fast that I would have gave anything to been able to remember all the conversations that I just.
I think you're giving me too much credit.
Well, you played it off
good. I don't
good.
remember every single person's name or conversation, but I do. I mean, I do try. I try, but of course, when you, like you said, when you walk into a room and there's 100 people in there, and you try to meet and mingle with every single person, it's just human nature to forget. It's hard to do, but
don't let the bullshit be bullshit.
Yeah. All right. So, what are some of the other topics that we were going to talk about today?
Well, I'm kind of hung on this relationship topic just because the fact that.
Oh, because you love me so much.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
No, well, that too, but I've been going through a leadership program with a good friend, Corey Lee, through the Maxwell program. And we talked about something today, and I guess it has something to do with relationships, but it was kind of you've got different levels of building someone that would follow you and look at you as a leader. And like that very first step is to make them like you.
Well, you've got that down.
Well, that's what it's like a 1 to 5 deal. I put like 6+.
Oh my God. There's that uncocky confidence I love.
But for real though, and so getting them to like you, and then you get them to see that you are worthy of being a leader. And that I've got notes on this, I swear, but those steps, I just remember, like, first one I was like, boom, got that, knocked it out of the park. Second one got like I was like a 5 out of 5. And then the next one was like 4 3/4 out of 5, and then so on. But I know I was really good at that first one, just making someone like me. And he told me, he's like, that's why I put that one first, because it's the most important.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like you, they're not going to do shit for you or with you, either way. But anyways, I might have got a little bit off topic with that. But to go on with that, you're talking about shifting gears a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I can kind of roll off of that. And there's something else that really stuck out to me about that today. The law of respect. And it's, you got to respect yourself, You gotta respect others. You have to respect what you do. And then you have to have courage to make the hard decisions, and you gotta have some wins under your belt. And whenever I thought about that, I was like, that's in order, just
Yeah.
like the last list he gave me. I see a pattern here. But yeah, you can't respect others unless you respect yourself first. And you're not gonna have others respect you if you don't respect yourself.
True that.
And goes along with what you do. Whatever your job may be, you have to respect it, and just you have to really, really care about what you're doing. And people see that just so fast. I guess what we should have called this podcast, or topic this podcast as, is people dealing with people.
We can do that.
we,
It's
we can
not
go a
too
long,
late.
we can go a long way
We
with that.
go real far away with that.
But
Start it off.
so what do you think?
Well, I mean, I think that that's 100% true. I really like you have to respect yourself first before anybody is ever going to take you seriously or respect you. That almost sounds like a selfish thing. Like you have to take care of you first, all that. But if you don't take care of yourself, and if you don't put yourself first in some situations or whatever it may be, then you're not going to be as beneficial for anybody else if you don't put yourself first,
That's right.
like the whole airplane thing. Whenever the mask falls, they say to put it on yourself
That's
first
right.
before you put it on anybody else, because if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody else. So
100%.
I like that.
That's yeah, that's true about anything you do, not just being a leader, and building a team. That's true in life in general. If you don't respect yourself, people ain't gonna respect you.
So how long have you been doing? You've been doing this leadership thing with him for what? Like since
It's like 4
since
weeks.
April. I remember it was Tripp's birthday when you first started
Yeah,
with him.
it's like 4.5 weeks in or something like that.
How long, like what's the ultimate goal of working with this guy? Because it's not just you're doing it. It's like a
Yeah, it's a team.
team thing.
We get in groups of probably 7 or 8, maybe 6 or 7, and we'll work with him for a month or two and have one-on-ones with him in between the group meetings and stuff. But it's basically our leaders
Mm-hmm.
brushing up on their leadership skills, division managers, and our corporate team.
What has been one of the biggest takeaways so far that you've had from listening to him? I've listened to him like in the background. I've been there a few times where you've had your sessions, and he's first off, I think he's Ty every time. I'm like, who's that? He's FaceTiming with Ty. He sounds like Ty to me. But anyway, he sounds super knowledgeable. So what's been your biggest takeaway so far?
I think my biggest takeaway, I always think on the positive side of things, and I do not want this like not cocky sounding, like should not be. But I guess it was to celebrate your small wins. Don't be so hard on yourself. I am doing a lot of things right that I didn't realize were big things. They just came really natural to me. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I was worried about that I'm not worried about anymore, but I definitely have a lot of stuff to work on too. And but yeah, I guess one of my biggest takeaways was probably celebrate those small wins, and don't beat yourself up. Like there's plenty of things you're doing right. It just takes someone pointing it out sometimes, probably.
So that's where you learned all that from? Because you told me that a few weeks back. I can't remember what it was, but I wasn't in a good mood and I wasn't seeing the positive side of things. You told me that. You're like, celebrate the small wins. Like each small victory is something. So I don't know where you got that from.
Well, Yeah, him and Chad Holmes actually told us that
Yeah.
episode 1,
Yeah, that's right. You did.
count the stripes. But that's something that obviously must be true because two of the most influential people that I've trained with or had the privilege to talk to have told me the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Count those small wins. And we've actually started implementing NFL Crane. Every Monday morning we have a huge conference call on video. And here recently we started making everybody, what was your win for the week? And it may be, I haven't taken my wife out on a date in a long time, and I finally got caught up with my stuff and took her out to dinner, and we had a blast, and that was my win for the week. Or it could be, I haven't gotten a job with Yates in 5 years, and the other day it was going to be just another one of them jobs that I didn't get, but I picked up the phone and called, and we had something that they needed, and I won one. That's my win. I mean, it could be a number of things. So
Yeah.
there's a lot to
Personal
be
and
thankful.
professional.
Yeah, a lot to be thankful for. A lot that you're doing right.
Yeah.
So I guess we've bounced from relationships to leadership to motivation a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of motivation. Yeah. What else you got written down
If
there?
you're listening out there right now, this is solid gold.
Solid gold. But you only get here.
Oh no, but no, this was a super unplanned thing, and we just enjoy doing it.
Yeah, we do.
It's a fun thing, so kind of unrehearsed, just spitballing here, but I hope y'all enjoyed it, and please reach out, give us some topics that you might want to hear, especially if you didn't like this one. Go to our website, hit that email, Facebook, something. Let us know what you do want to hear. We'll talk about it.
That's right.
We'll call you and talk about it.
Exactly. We can have you on our podcast to talk about it. But yeah, like what Cody said. So we are in the middle of season 4 right now, and we just haven't released it to you quite yet. We're almost finished getting there. So in the meantime, you'll be hearing from us, and hopefully you like what we have to say. If not, like you said, just let us know. All right. Till next time.
All right. See y'all soon.